They're not on the iCloud, Krista.
I
don't like it. I don't get it. You move things from one thing to another.
it's basically the internet, but like a section of the internet. That's it.
Yeah, the internet's scary too.
Yeah, the internet's terrifying. I will not deny that.
Who else has a weird boomer relationship with something?
Ever since iTunes was invented, I have been scared. iTunes, I don't like it. It made CDs become like obsolete.
Wow.
I like my CDs back
Paul. Paul, what is your thing?
Oh,
or is this the question we're going with? I just want to be clear.
Why not?
Like
all right.
I liked the first one, but this one's good too.
Probably Snapchat. I've been trying to understand Snapchat for years. Every now and then I'll get Snapchat, and then I'll get frustrated and I'll delete it again, and then I'll get it again because like the impermanence like unsettles me. Like when I'm using Instagram, I'm like, okay, well I'm taking a bunch of bullshit photos and I'm leaving them as like a history. But Snapchat, everything vanishes. It's like Mesopotamian kings writing on the banks of the Tigris and the Euphrates. It's all wiped away, and that's... It makes no sense. Like, I don't know what you send people. I don't know what they find. I'm worried that if I make something, the wrong person's gonna see it.
The worst thing about Snapchat is like if you take a screenshot, because like it, that picture, it's gonna go away, right? So sometimes I'll take a screenshot because I want to remember the picture. But then it notifies the person that you took a screenshot, and I didn't know that. Oh my god!
That's exactly what I'm scared of. Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that so much. Like, I don't want to explain why you said a really nice thing to me, and I want to remember that, so I took a screenshot. I don't want to explain that to you.
Like, I started using Snapchat because I have one friend who uses it a lot, and basically, like, they would send me like. It's like a picture of them with like their face is Shrek, and then it just like has a regular like conversational text underneath, and I'm like, do I have to take a picture of something weird to like continue this conversation?
Oh man, millennial humor. What? Not millennial humor, but Gen Z humor is the weirdest crap.
Yeah,
I can't even.
But like, it's like the communication mixed with humor where I get lost.
I can't even talk about the experience of Snapchat because, like, I downloaded it once years ago and then uninstalled it because I thought it was stupid, and I haven't touched Snapchat since. So I don't even know what people are doing these days on Snapchat. I forgot it was a thing until you mentioned it.
You know what to do about the Snapchat problem? What is it called?
Do you know what?
I just stopped thinking. Never mind.
No. What were you gonna say, Joey?
Brains are hard.
So I was gonna say it's funny that you only have it downloaded for like one person because I downloaded it for like a very particular reason at one point, and then I have only no.
Go on.
I downloaded it so that I could use the filter that makes people's faces look like babies because I saw people doing that to like different TV shows like Seinfeld and stuff, and so I did that with like this one portion I thought was really funny of Star Trek The Next Generation when Data was going around like asking all his friends if he should start a relationship with this one crew member. and it had like Boss Baby Picard, which was really good.
Great. That's really great.
But outside of that, I only have kept it because I occasionally will see you, Paul, post something and I want to engage with that or at least see it. So there's this cursed chain of like you only have it for one person's sake and I only have it for like for one person's sake.
Yeah, because I want to thrive on there, so I'll make like bullshit Snapchats where it's like a picture of what I'm eating and like a bunch of versions of me as a snail or something like that, and I'm like, that would be rad, but no one will ever see it. And then you see it, and I'm like, I feel valid.
Yeah, it's
like. But we're really just like continuing on like a suboptimal life experience
Yeah.
with each other.
Now I have to get Snapchat so I can watch Joey watch Paul's Snapchat.
Let's all get on Snapchat. Let's we need to all get on that and be with each other because we
So
can
I
read
brought up that
videos.
Snapchat was my boomer thing, and apparently it's everybody's boomer.
No. Okay, I get Snapchat. I do. Do you know what's complete and utter bullshit that I can't believe it survived this long and it's gonna survive a lot longer and doesn't have any it needed to die the moment somebody conceived it.
Are you gonna say TikTok?
Fucking Twitter.
Oh no, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get Twitter.
felt like-
I don't get
that
why
felt like
it's
TikTok.
popular. You can only post a little tiny thing, and
Mhm.
it literally just is a crut. Like it hinders communication. Like it literally is a thing that streamlines communication into the lowest possible way of communicating, and it sucks. So there.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
I
it-
just use it as a shitpost account, and I just say like "Vivis" on it, and that's it. I'm just like do Twitter.
That's where I post all my Unite footage. So
I got Twitter
until I get Twitch.
I got Twitter because once people were complaining that I posted too much on Facebook.
Yeah,
Fair.
okay, but no, seriously, like for me, Twitter is a scary place because it is like my secondary like thing where like I post the shit that's like that I don't want my family to see.
Yeah.
And I'm like happy for like just Paul and Krista and like
That's
maybe
fair.
a couple other people to see because like they're the only people who I know who follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
But Twitter is also a very scary place because you'll post an opinion and there'll be like one word and then suddenly the global element of Twitter will like come crashing down on you at like all at once. You'll get like 40 like view engagements and you're like, no, I'm about to be canceled and I'm a no one. Like I have no defense.
Yeah, like every time I get noticed on the Twitter for something, I feel this like that like 15 minutes of fame, but also this intense fear. I'm just like,
Yeah.
no, my secret shitpost account, they can't know it's here.
I feel so bad for you guys getting noticed on Twitter. While
I was like, y'all get noticed on Twitter?
Well, I'm an author trying to be noticed on Twitter.
Right. I'm trying to get my Unite videos noticed on Twitter.
I
Yeah.
sent like a comment on something that got like 300 likes.
Yeah.
Or something.
I said, okay, one of my best like Twitter anything is that has like 500 to 600 likes is a reply to some Shadow post about Shadow the Hedgehog, and I don't even remember what it was about, but I just said someone was saying like, oh, Shadow is like non-binary or whatever, and I
What?
said
How?
which is also weird. I don't remember what they were saying, but it was something like that. And they were like, and I was like,
He's a boy, though.
I said his pronouns are I am / all of me. And it got like 600 likes or something stupid.
That's because it's
Well
funny.
earned.
Mine
That's
was
because that's comedic genius right there, Joey.
mine was in the advertisement for the new like animated Disney or not animated anime movie where the guy turns into a chair, and I just commented, "Would you still love me if I was a chair?" Like in the comments.
Good.
Of that.
Good. Also, that movie looks cute.
It does.
And kinky, yeah.
Anyways, who didn't answer?
Kinky.
Some people want to be sat on.
I don't think
I just post cursed Star Wars memes. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a social media network that I don't. Well, like I don't vibe with Snapchat, right?
It doesn't have to
But-
be social media. It just has to be any
Yeah,
kind of
like-
technology that you were a boomer about.
Social thing or
Yeah.
any type of thing that you're
Yeah.
just like, that is a new generation thing, and I don't get it.
I'm
Well,
gonna
every-
actually.
About this.
I
I'm gonna-
eventually catch up on most things. I'm just a little bit late to most parties. Like, I was
Right.
late to getting onto CDs and late getting onto DVDs and late getting onto digital downloads, and I'm just because all of it I'm like, no, I'm happy with my current format, thank you.
Wow, you're
jerks.
so old. You're such a boomer.
I'm gonna actually stray away from the Zoomer shit and the social media For some reason, the thing that I'm the most boomer about, despite the fact that I grew up with it and literally grew up on it as like a huge thing in my childhood, for some reason I forgot how cable works. And at work, when I have to like change the channel, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore.
I never had
Wow.
cable. I went straight
I
from
didn't
like the airwaves to Netflix.
I've been watching Netflix and Hulu for so long that apparently the ability to retain the information of cable is just gone from my brain.
I didn't think we were going to get something that went as deep as I forgot how to use the TV.
Cable. I know how to use a TV. I don't know how to use
TV guide
cable.
channel. There's
when
a
you
TV
have to like,
guide.
yeah, but like there's like 600 channels now, dude. I had like maybe 200 channels max if you were like rich. You know, you had like that was like
I
the
had
big
5.
deal is if you had 200 channels. But there's like
Yeah.
I don't even know how many channels now. And someone's like, "Can you put on the game?" I'm like, "How do I search the game?" You can't just. What channel is that? What's the number? I know how to punch in numbers on a remote.
I like
What do you
Depends on
mean
the
go to
game.
side?
Game.
Like,
Oh well, now I just lost it.
yeah.
People ask shit like, did you watch SpongeBob the other day? I'm like, no, bullshit. I'm poor. We don't have that channel.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember. I would only watch like I would only watch like cartoons, like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon and stuff, like when I was at my grandma's house.
Yeah,
'cause
same,
she had
same.
cable.
we were limited to like Fox and like PBS. It's like watching a lot of Arthur. This is so much better.
Dude,
than
PBS was
though.
the shit though. Cyber Chase
Fox
was my jam.
Dude,
Fox
Cyber
was
Chase.
solid in its heyday, man. They cut some edge.
I remember when we had like maybe 16 channels, but then I also remember getting like I think it was like 50 channels, and that was a huge upgrade. And then my mom got the one where like you have the guide and it had like 200 channels. And I was like, dude, we're the richest people in my neighborhood, even though like it was pretty normal by that point. But yeah.
So what about you, Ryan?
See, mine's kind of like a more broad thing. You guys are like Snapchat, Twitter. Mine's just kind of social media in general. It's just like I've never been able to like Snapchat being one of them, Twitter being those two being like the top tier ones that I just like don't understand. I'm not nearly going to be as elaborate on it as Paul was, but all the same reasons Paul says it. Twitter, I just never understand that people just post random stuff and then you're like supposed to comment on it. Actually, Reddit too. It's just like kind of the same way where it's just like I randomly I feel like I looked up something on Reddit and now I get Reddit notifications on the randomest stuff to my phone.
You're not wrong. The notifications on Reddit are so like
yeah, and I'm just like, what? Like, I had nothing to do with this. I like looked up something random one day, and all of a sudden I'm getting notifications to my phone, and I'm like, people ask the weirdest things, and I'm like, what is this even? What is even the point of this?
Sounds like Quora, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, I get like Quora emails, and I'm like, what are these idiots talking about? Like hundreds of people giving a person an answer to their question, and I'm just like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
No, my thing is, I get alcohol Reddit. Like, okay, yeah, I like bartend, I like do like drinks and stuff like that. I get notifications from alcohol Twitter. If I drink 3 bottles of this, will I die?
Because you're on alcohol Twitter.
No,
not bartender Twitter. You gotta go to r/bartenders, not r/alcohol, because you're just gonna get alcoholic.
I don't know how I got on r/alcohol. If I knew how I did it, then I probably would have gone to the bartender one. But I didn't do that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I feel like it's evident, like your lack of understanding about social media is evident in the way you will affirm that you understand something in group chats with the thumbs up, which I feel like the rest of the internet community moved past that because it feels super passive aggressive.
No, nope,
Like,
it's there. And listen,
and you're
like most of the time, I don't
um,
even know how you guys have time to like. I like like I'll be like doing something. I'll be working or something like that, and all of a sudden I look at my phone and I have like the Facebook Messenger, and I'll have 40 notifications on it from you guys talking. And I'm like, well, I don't want to like bust into like the middle of this, so I'm just confirming that I heard you. But like, yeah, it's like just a big old thumbs up right in the middle of everything.
That's
Right
the
in
key.
middle
You
of
have
it.
to just bust into the middle and not care what anybody thinks about what you're saying.
Yeah,
That's
you
why I
have
give
to
you the thumbs
to
up.
think about it. You have to say, "Hey, bustin' makes me feel good. Bustin'."
I will
See,
not
That's-
say that.
I can't really judge Ryan because I am also a thumbs upper.
Yeah, it's the way to
Although,
go. It's the way to go.
although
It's
in the chat
underrated.
with Paul and Krista, I guess it's a flame. So I'm a
Yeah.
flame. I'm a flamer.
She's a flamer.
Oh my.
Spicy.
Let's
Spicy
see.
hot
For me, I'm not sure. Like, I can't really think of anything right now other than the fact that I've been recently. I get self-conscious when I am like standing somewhere and scrolling through my phone about whether or not I am holding my hand in a way that looks like how my mom scrolls her phone, where she like barely touches it and like moves away really fast. Like,
That's such a deep psychological answer.
And here
I don't
we
know.
just
It's just
learned into
about
the
like
Freudian knowledge that Joey doesn't want to be his mom.
I don't know. My mom
Um,
does this thing where she like pulls the phone away and like holds it up and like squints and like looks under
Yeah,
her
yeah.
nose.
Like-
my mom
like-
too.
yeah. My issue isn't
did that.
yet that I can't see it, but sometimes I'll be like scrolling through my phone and I'm like, what is my hand doing? I'm like either like I I'm like how I was like, what is my hand doing while I'm scrolling, and how does it look simultaneously and I mean this in the best way possible, super gay, and the same as the way my mom does it.
And then you look down and your hand is on your penis.
What?
That's why it's
There's
gay,
one
dude.
Yeah. Every time I look down, my hand's on my penis, I think of my mother too.
I'm glad
Is
we
jacking yourself off
Jacking
gay?
yourself off is gay.
Hey, touching, yeah, you're touching a man's.
You're
penis.
touching a penis, therefore it'd be gay.
So all men are gay.
Yeah, and women
All
too.
women are lesbians.
Hey,
Yeah, there you
listen,
go. So,
all
I mean-
women be lesbians. I actually heard a statistic recently that it's something like 70+% of women do lean towards bisexuality more than men. And I was like, well,
Girls
wow,
are hot.
all women's be lesbians.
Girls are hot.
Girls love
Somebody-
girls.
It's because titties, obviously.
Obviously.
That's definitely it.
I can't
It's
even argue with you.
just
I like women
better.
too.
I've always assumed that men are just jealous of women, and that's why they like women so much. They wish they could be that pretty.
I am
You've
that.
said
pretty.
that like how many times on this podcast?
You don't
What's
even
that?
have to be sexually attracted to people to be like, but titties though. And butts too. Butts are nice. They have a nice shape.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on like how me and the art students would be like, oh, but I actually made on that confession page we talked about a while back, I actually made a post along those lines of like, all the art students be like, oh, I'm not looking at your butt out of lust. I'm looking at your butt because it's an interesting shape.
Yeah,
It's like, but the
seriously.
secret is that they're also still looking at it out of lust.
That's what's weird is I have genuinely done that. I'm like, I'm not trying to be pervy here, but that's just a really interesting. I mean, what's going on there? I'm
Yeah.
kind of scared to look at this because I feel like a perv, but what is that?
The intellectual awakening for all of
Can you please
the little all of the little Christian art students at my school was, I can look at a butt and it not be a sex thing.
That's not how that works.
It is aesthetically pleasing.
Unless you're ace like I am, I'm pretty sure for normal people it's a sex thing. At least for 99% of the people I've talked to.
I can be ace, I can be deuce, I can be anything you want, babe.
Oh God.
What is happening?
I can't believe this is how we're starting our dramatic season finale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys know the amount of things that I have learned is actually sexual to people and I've been really confused by.
I've learned that too from myself.
I've learned also from you, Paul. But
Paul is the great teacher.
Okay. So with that, let's move on to this episode of Teen Titans Roll.
Yay!
Okay, so before we even get into the episode proper, I just want to inform you guys that during your 8-hour car trip from LA to Jump City, there you guys you bonded a lot more, or it was probably awkward because of like the weirdness with Raven, but a decent portion of it was occupied by Edwina informing you guys about the weaknesses and limitations of vampires. And so essentially you can feel free to use meta knowledge of vampires, look at the monster manual entry for your basic average vampire. Now you don't know if this mysterious Joseph Logan has more abilities than that, but that is, you're basically aware of the limitations of vampires. The fact that they can't enter your abode without an invitation, or they get fucked up in a stream, or they that stuff like that. So you have access to that information to use for the purposes of preparing for an engagement.
Question: were we in just a
yes.
normal taxi?
I guess you could either rent a van or something, or get in
I
a
was gonna
taxi.
That taxi driver's
it's
gonna
really
be like, what the crap?
Does a T-ship have
Yeah.
a homing beacon that can like bring it to us?
Well, the T-ship has not yet been modified to for flight.
Oh, come on,
as of this
Cyborg.
season.
What have you been doing this whole time?
I mean, it can't just drive the 2-day trip to us. I mean,
well,
not
no,
to
the
the
T-ship is
episode. Yeah.
the T-ship is a submarine right now. Eventually, it gets turned into like a space capable like plane.
I thought we had a car that like was eventually going to be able to.
There's no car yet.
You haven't gotten to the car episode yet either, because the way it was aired in its original run was all fucked up. Every other season had all the normal episodes leading up to the 2-part finale But the first season, the way it aired was all fucked up in its order, not just at the beginning, but also towards the end, where they aired Apprentice Part 1, Part 2 before they aired Car
That
Trouble.
was it. That's what I kind of feel like this is the part that made Cyborg be like, I need to make a car. It's just all of us crunched in the back of a taxi, just like a clown car, and just kind of like all being quiet for a little bit and like just so uncomfortable.
And then everybody's quiet, and then Starfire's like, so vampires.
Yeah, and so Edwina will tell you about her experiences. She'll tell you about her stepfather and how she lived with him for a time. He loved her mother so much, but too much, and ended up drinking her blood. And then she tells you, wait, what
your
what?
Dad drunk your mama's blood?
Yes,
bullshit.
I was delayed reaction of it.
Where is this sucker? We're gonna go kill him.
Hey, he's a
Come
sucker.
here.
Oh, she goes, he's already dead. Plaz and Nancy, they saved me. They were broken down in the town where we lived, and they came to our house for help. And my dad tried to do his typical I want to suck your blood routine while they were asleep or whatever, but
someone said that to me, I'd shoot him in the face.
Yeah, but she goes, but well, Plaz doesn't really have blood, so it didn't work out. And they killed him.
Plaz?
Oh, yeah, Plastic Man. That's his nickname.
Plaz. Wait, Plastic Man doesn't have blood?
No, he's pretty weird.
Is he actually made of plastic?
It's more like rubber.
Hold up. So if he like loses a bunch of blood, he can't get like a transfusion or anything.
Well, I don't
he doesn't
think
have blood. He's like completely solid, like rubbery material. Like he doesn't have organs or anything inside. He's just like if you cut like a rubber toy in half, it's just solid rubber.
Wait, but
that's how he is.
But what holds his consciousness? Like, where's his brain? Does he have a brain?
She shrugs. She says, that Martian guy, he can't read his mind. That Martian guy in the Justice League, he can't read his mind.
Holy shit. Souls are real. He's got... Oh my gosh. Hold up. Existentialism.
He's like Luffy.
Yo
he was definitely around in like the late.
Yeah, because only the 4Kids version of One Piece is available right now.
Yes,
I've seen
absolutely.
2 episodes of One Piece on TV. 4Kids dub.
Wait, is it on Toonami?
Teen Titans are like,
And if
man, it's
so,
really weird.
then...
They fill this entire hour.
It's on 4Kids.
It's on 4Kids, but
There's some
does
commercials
Toonami
in between.
exist? And does the Cartoon Network exist?
In this universe, they have Cartoon Network, but where the Teen Titans show would be playing, it's just like static.
Great.
If you look really closely during the static hour, you can see us, the viewers. And that's how the Teen Titans PS2 game happened.
You also like met God or whatever.
I want to let the DM know that on his off time, Cyborg is now going to be researching the nature of the soul.
Cool.
I mean, you would have to have those questions already about yourself, right?
Yes, but I've been denying the existence of the soul for a very long time, and I've just been given a strong evidence for it.
Cyborg is just like, nobody has souls. The whole world is soulless.
Souls
The thing is,
souls are so important.
I'm either
honestly.
going to become a Christian or I'm going to start trying to capture souls and phylacteries. I haven't decided
Wow.
which.
Yeah, those are the two options.
Yeah,
pretty
those are the
much,
only
so.
two options.
Isn't that what
All
atheists
right.
do? I thought that was what atheists did.
Ooh, hot takes.
What was happening in our role playing game?
Okay, sorry.
So
We've interrupted you.
she tells you the story of how basically about how her last stepdad killed her mom and had her in the house and was all like, "Oh, you're such a rambunctious teenager. Stop being so rebellious." But he literally like killed her mom, and then when Plastic Man and Agent Morgan showed up, and he like they killed him, and then they took her as their adopted daughter. So
Because that's
That's
how
her
that works. When
story.
you kill somebody's parents, you get to loot their children.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Fuck!
I mean,
Dude.
realistically, it was like they rescued her, and then they were like, "Hey, like they're both federal agents. They basically probably put their word in, or put their names in the pool, and the state was like, well, sure, I guess, good as anyone."
Plastic Man, you seem fit to raise a child.
Yeah,
You're not a well-known criminal and pervert. I actually don't know if he's a pervert. I'm just assuming he's a pervert.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a pervert.
When
either.
you are an entity that defies reality, you can pretty much be whatever you want.
You are a pervert against God.
He's an aberration, technically.
Yes, I really think he should. Yes, he's an aberration.
Okay. All right. So
Do we ask
yeah,
Raven or
basically,
talk to her about the stone at all?
that is up to you if you try to engage in that direction of conversation during the drive, and if it was reciprocated.
I feel like there will be a long period of awkward silence, and then I'm just like, so, Raven, what's with the stone? I mean, you don't have to ask, you don't have to answer, but like, those wizards seem really serious.
Does that hold your soul?
So Raven seems to like hesitate a lot to see, like she's like trying to figure out how to even address this, and in the end she's kind of just like, don't worry about it for right now.
I want to make sure you're okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Cool. All right. 8 hours later. You guys got back to the tower and settled in, and some unspecified amount of time later, we begin with this scene. Okay. Robin. You're running. You're chasing him. You're chasing Slade through a vast, cavernous landscape under a starry sky. As you're running after him, he leaps over gaps, crevices, and you leap after him. After leaping off of one particularly tall cliff, you leap after him. You make a mighty leap and roll. And you look around and you've lost sight of him for a moment. How do you react?
Oh. And it's just a flat landscape, or is it?
It's sort of like there's the topography goes up and down. You're basically in a desert area, but in like a more rocky, cavernous portion. It's nighttime. The stars above you are out, and the moon, and so that you can see like from that light. And there's basically these rock spires in the area that you just landed after a tuck and roll after jumping off after him, and you're looking around. Everything has this sort of like purplish tint to it from the night sky.
Very cautiously, I'm going to start maneuvering my way through these rocky spires and just like keep my wits about me, waiting for him to plunge, just being ready to attack at a moment's notice.
Okay. So after a moment as you look around and you start moving into this area, he steps out from behind a large rock and says, "Dangerous behavior, Robin. You must be very eager to see me. I'm flattered."
I throw a explosion grenade at him.
Okay. He's like, so you throw the grenade at him, and he leaps out of the way, and then appears out from behind another rock face. How do you respond to that?
Knowing that he's too spry for probably all my discs, I'm just going to sprint in and try and catch him by surprise with a quick combo of blows.
All right, so you run in. You start running in. Basically, after he appears from outside of that second rock and you start rushing towards him, he says, "Admirable attempt, Robin." Or what? Admiral? What?
Admirable.
Admirable attempt, Robin. But how can you stop me when you don't even know what I'm planning? And you start throwing fists at him. Feel free to make some attack rolls.
25 and 10 with a natural 1.
Yeah, well, you start throwing blows, and but strangely, just as assuredly as you don't hit with that 10, you don't hit with the 25 either, as he weaves out of the way with surprising skill. And you just keep throwing fists, trying to hit him. And he will go ahead and make some attacks back at you.
Fucking cutscenes.
Let me see.
I'll shove my fist up his ass. In a
Get outta here.
deadly way, not a gay way. Unless that would work.
Okay.
I mean, maybe that like sedate him or something. I mean, I could
Stop.
try it.
Stop. You violated the law.
What, are we not supposed to talk about fisting? I'm gonna shut up. Okay.
We're gonna team up and fist Slade together.
Prepare for the long arm of the law.
Oh,
All
no.
right. Okay, so he throws some hits back at you. Okay, 29.
That
Should hit you, right?
definitely hits.
Yeah. So he throws a fist at you, and it does 7 points of damage. So you're struggling to hit him, but he hits you very assuredly, and you stumble back. And as you two exchange blows, when you miss him, he'll like move out of the way, and your fist will like connect with one of the rocks. But in your frustration, like you don't really feel the pain, and just these like clouds of dust form wherever you hit, either with your feet or your fists, um, where he just was a moment before. And at a certain point, you see that at a certain point the dust starts to gather so much that it genuinely starts to obscure your vision. And you hear Slade, he backs away into the dust, and you start to hear his voice reverberating, and you can't like pinpoint where he is. It's like he's all around you. It almost feels like it's in your mind. Excellent, Robin. We appear to be evenly matched and equally ruthless. Not surprising. The voice is now very assuredly behind you. You and I are so very much alike.
I swing. I turn around and just go straight into a flurry of blows.
All right, go ahead and roll the attacks.
24, 17, 28, 19.
Okay, the 24 and the 28 do hit.
Ooh. Didn't actually expect to hit.
Yeah. So you swing around and hit him with two, like he dodges out of the way of some of your strikes, but you do hit him solidly with two blows. And
both I'm going to attempt a stunning strike on them.
Right, so 7 damage and 10 damage.
Kill him.
You hit him with the 2 hits. Boom, boom. One, like you like knee check him in the stomach, and he leans down, and then you just full on like throw your fist into his face, and he stumbles backwards and falls to his back on the ground.
I'm just going to immediately like dive on top of him with just throwing fists.
All right, so you start throwing fists, and he grabs your wrists, holding you there. He's like, Robin, you and I are so very much alike, as I said. All you care about, you destroy. And he kind of gestures his head. And as you look around, you see the dust is settling now, and all of those stone spires that you broke when you hit them, they are broken statues of your friends you didn't notice before. But you see each of them: Raven, Cyborg, Beast Boy, and Starfire.
I go from a mindset of literally about to grab an explosion grenade, putting it between us and just letting it go off, to just kind of like slack-armed, and I push off and stand up. I've already hurt my friends because of you. I won't do that again.
Because of me, Robin. But who am I? As he kind of slowly gets up to his feet. He's hunched over, his arms like hanging loosely and uselessly. And he says, who am I, Robin? And he pulls off his mask, and underneath it is your face. And you wake up in a cold sweat. It was a dream.
Just kind of breathing heavily.
You had fallen asleep in your room, the room at your work desk. All the newspapers around you, and clippings and such, and gadgets that you were working on. You're disoriented, Now, Cyborg, you are allowed to speak. You show up at his door. You open Robin's door with news. You just got a communication from Slade.
I did?
Well, the tower did, and you've just rushed to Robin to inform him.
Hey! I beat on his door. Hey! Robin! Hey, Robin! Slade's on the... Well, he left a message. You want to talk to Slade? He wants to talk to you.
I walk up to the
My
door
God.
and just kind of hit the button.
The door's open.
Oh, jeez.
He could have opened the door. It's unlocked.
Oh. Well, I'm polite. I wait till he comes and lets me in.
Okay.
What?
Literally,
What's the message?
I was screaming. Did you really? Okay.
It's a live communication. It's a call on the tower display.
Okay. So Slade has given us a live communication on the tower display.
So like Slade is literally like waiting like in the living room phone call. Like
Slade's big fat head is like sitting there being like, "Hey, Robin, you want to come talk to me? We got some shit to talk about." And he wouldn't talk until you got there because it was for you and not for me. I wanted to talk to Slade because obviously he's some hot robot guy, but no, he wanted you. So come on down and we can get our Slade on.
So I feel like as Cyborg's just going off, he probably does look at Robin, and Robin's like still pale from the dream and still just like very disoriented. And he kind of just kind of quietly makes his way past and just puts his hand on Cyborg's shoulder for a split second and then walks towards the, kind of composing himself as he goes to take the call.
You'll be okay, Robin. You'll be okay. You'll own that guy's ass.
I'm kind of sitting on the living room couch. Like I've just been sitting here staring at him, and like he's presumably ignoring me. And it's like when you have like when like your parents' like friend comes over or something, like, and you're just in the room and you're like, wow, it would be weird and rude to like leave. And
yeah.
I at some point poked my head into the room, and like heard banging down the hall and realized like what was going on and just
so
quietly
essentially
sat down nearby.
the alarm is also going off and you all are being like kind of called to the main room if you haven't been there already. It's 5 a.m. The sun has not come out yet, and Slade is a big huge projection on the screen.
I'm growling at him. Like, we're gonna catch you. You're
he
really
says
mean.
nothing.
You're terrible. You should stop.
I just stare emotionless into the screen.
All right.
As I walk in the room, it's like, what do you want, Slade?
Good morning, Teen Titans. I do hope I didn't wake you.
Cut the crap.
What language, Robin?
this is a kid show.
Hey, I could have said Whoppers.
Straight to the point, aren't we, Robin? You want to know what I'm up to? That's precisely what you've been trying to find out, isn't it? And in spite of all your efforts, you're still in the dark about my intentions. Disappointing, Robin. I expected a little more from you.
You haven't seemed like you've been doing much since you failed to get the chips. So why would we bother?
Oh, you can't fool me, Robin. I know it's eating away at you. And since you've been unable to discover my plan, I suppose I'll just have to reveal it myself. And the screen pans over to two of those like Slade robots in a warehouse. There's this large object in the room between them, and they both pull a big tarp off of this large machine. And as they do, he says, I'm sure you're all familiar with the concept of a chronoton detonator. And everyone in the room except for Beast Boy is, for various reasons, either because you're a space person, or you are super smart, or whatever. But Beast Boy, you don't know. But everyone else, your reactions would be very, like, it's like he said, hey, look at my nuke.
Jeez.
I'm just like, that sounds bad.
So your plan is to blow up Jump City?
Well, no, so you would understand that the chronoton detonator will basically... Well, so basically, everyone but Beast Boy understands that the chronoton detonator, it eradicates all chronotons in a localized area, utterly destroying the temporal component of the space-time continuum. In other words, it stops time permanently in that area.
Oh, that's even bad. That's even worse.
Yeah.
Like, so it doesn't destroy...
Yeah, it doesn't destroy matter. It removes
time?
It removes time from a localized area of space.
Seems like an odd plan.
Do we recognize the location of the chronoton detonator?
It looks like a warehouse. Go ahead and everyone roll perception checks for me.
21.
21. All right. What's everyone else?
I rolled a 1 and got a 3 total.
Nice.
That's a 10 for Star, and for BB, it's a 5.
5.
Okay.
Fitting.
Raven.
You're still wondering what a crouton is.
I'm typing.
Crouton?
Cool.
27.
Wow.
I'm so smart.
Okay. So it'll go exactly like in the episode. So anyway, you think you notice something, but it'll probably be more possible to review it when the transmission ends and looking at the recording. So you don't have to mention anything now as Slade continues. And basically, well, did anyone respond to him unearthing this and telling you about the chronoton detonator?
I say, our croutons are in danger!
Good.
I just gasp.
That-
as Starfire does.
Okay, dude, that seems highly unlikely. You're just... Why would you want to cause mass destruction? That's like... I don't know if you're trying to become rich, or get friends, or what. I don't know. Whatever your motivation is, that level of destruction, how can it possibly help?
A good question your friend poses. But you're a clever boy, Robin. I'm sure you and your little friends can figure it out. However, since I control the detonation, and he holds up this device in his hand, it looks like a little like radio type device with a big red button in the middle. He says, "Time is not on your side," and the transmission cuts off.
Okay, we need to find this right away.
That's what he wants us to do.
I feel like it's a trap, but we can't risk it.
I mean, seriously.
Cyborg, do you know what would take down one of those things? Would an EMP blast take it down?
Let's sure hope so. Let me roll a check, though.
Yeah, feel free to do that. Though first, Raven, you notice something during the recording, some sort of reflection on the surface of the machine, and you can go back through the recording on the computer and get a better look at that if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, while Cyborg is doing his thing, I'm gonna silently get up and rewind the footage
I'm just like, guys, what does this mean? What is that?
Yeah, so Cyborg, you want to know about the potential of electromagnetic pulses
Yes.
affecting. Okay, so go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
All right. I got a. I rolled a 1, but I got a 12.
Well, you're not sure. It's possible, but you don't know if this is just the base components of a Chronoton detonator, like the bare minimum, or if this is like military grade. And it's kind of up in the air whether or not a military grade um like device would have shielding against like EMPs.
I yell.
You can say.
I yell. The internet ain't got shit on this crap. And I tell him what you just said.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know, cause weapons of mass destruction.
Raven,
But
what
yeah,
did you say?
so well, you see this reflection on the surface of the Chronoton detonator, because it's this like semi-reflective like metal casing around it, and so you see this reflection that looks like symbols or like letters, and you think it's being reflected like reversed, like mirrored, and that you might be able to use the computer to just like very simply, like flip the numbers around.
Right. And yeah, I do that.
All right. So as you guys are watching, so Raven pulls up this reflection on the surface. Do any of you guys react to her finding this?
I'm gonna look closely to see if I recognize it.
Okay. Well, you look, and as you're looking, Raven, you input the request into the computer, and the computer like solidifies it extrapolates and solidifies the figures into numbers, and then flips it, and you all see now in bold black the word Pier 41, and you guys will recognize that. Okay, so these are the piers. That's over by the dock area. You know where that is.
Why so far to the side of the city, though? That's odd.
Perhaps he wishes to diminish the harm
Hmm.
and only capture us in the Chronoton detonation.
Maybe it's to get the tower too. Can I do some research real fast and see if I, with my knowledge of like, triggers and stuff like that, if an EMP blast would take out his detonator and not be able to communicate with the
Yeah, I think it's certainly possible that
mainly I want to make
that
sure that if I do something to that, it's not going to just trigger the bomb.
right. So I think, yeah, that's certainly a risk. Now there's not really you don't know what kind of detonator he's using or what frequency or what, but even without a roll, you understand that there's a risk that like it might be an active, it's like it's waiting for a command and it's in an inert state until it receives the command, but it's equally possible that if you cut off like the transceiver, that like it'll take that as a negative command
Mm.
and activate.
Ugh.
So you're not sure which way, you know.
Raven, do you think there's any way you could teleport that out if we needed to?
How big is this machine in the footage?
Well, the machine in the footage is fairly big. It's like larger than a person and wider.
Is it? Could I teleport the machine, or do I have to focus on the detonator? Because I know the detonator is going to be harder since someone's holding it.
Right.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
if it goes off, if it's going off counting down, if we can just teleport the whole machine out.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
my thought
maybe.
too.
You probably have to have a line of sight on it, though.
Right. But is that a yes though?
Well, if it's within your range, you might be able to teleport it away. But I'd say Robin, since Cyborg already failed, go ahead and roll Arcana.
21.
It's possible that if interfered with, like if because of the delicate nature of the device, it's manipulating space and time in a localized area, that it's possible if you try to interfere with that with another spatial disruption, you could set it off or create some sort of like spatial anomaly that could create a worse situation. It's a risk to try to teleport the device, essentially.
Is that something that I would probably know as well, or?
Yeah, you might know that. Rolling, if you, yeah, you might realize that as well. That this thing manipulates space, and if you try to manipulate space around it, it could have bad consequences.
Okay. I guess my response to that, to Robin's original question, is I just kind of have this look of like I don't know, kind of look that Robin probably picks up on and also connects the dots in that moment.
I could lift it and throw it. I am both strong and fast.
Does that seem like a viable option of moving it?
I think from that perspective, like the most basic level of any bomb is like you don't jostle the thing around. Nope. Or it could go off just as easily as anything else.
I could throw it carefully. With great care.
We would probably need to I'm so sorry, I cannot think of the word.
Disable it? Disarm it?
Yeah, disarm. We would probably need to disarm the bomb.
I admit I'm still confused. I don't know what this thing is.
It stops time in a localized area.
What?
You know that, Cyborg. You know that very well.
Sorry, was there any kind of ticking clock on?
Oh yeah, that very much seemed. I mean, if I could, I mean, maybe I should make you roll insight, but it seems very clear that he said time isn't on your side.
But he didn't show us like a countdown.
He didn't show you explicitly a ticking clock. He pointed to the fact that he controlled the detonation. He has the button, and he said time is not on your side.
Okay. Friend, should we not be hurrying?
Yeah. Cyborg, is that something you could disarm if we distract Slade?
Yes.
Maybe?
I think it's possible. The problem is if I fail, that really, really bad things could happen.
We have so many what ifs that if any of these things fail, it's going to happen. I think disarming it's going to be our best bet.
Boom,
if we disarm it, theoretically, we could potentially move it.
In the meantime, if I could get sight on the detonator, I could teleport it away. Buy us some time.
All right. We'll try not to let it go boom, yeah.
Okay, we need to go down to Pier 14.
41.
41. I was like,
dyslexia
all of a sudden.
Okay. How many people can I carry?
Probably a few. I mean, the only one who can't fly, Cyborg and Robin can't fly. So you could probably So Cyborg could, you could carry Cyborg under your arms, and then You could probably carry Robin on your back.
Do I have a
but
motorcycle?
Sure, yeah, you can have a motorcycle.
I'll ride my
He just has
motorcycle.
a motorcycle.
I'll ride the motorcycle.
I'm pretty sure there's many episodes he just had a motorcycle. I don't know.
It's like Robin has no superpowers, so like if he's like, "Can I have a motorcycle?" I'm just like, "Yeah, sure." you can
Listen,
have a
I have
motorcycle."
money. I could buy a motorcycle.
Yeah. You
Okay,
probably have a motorcycle.
I'm going to lift Cyborg then, and I'm
All
gonna.
right.
Do I get the sense that we're headed there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom.
So you
there,
guys
'cause I'm
can
very fucking fast.
On the
right.
way, I'm going to be through our communicator, be telling the team like, Cyborg and Starfire get to the bomb. Cyborg, try to disable it. If it looks like it's going off, Starfire, if you can, throw it into space. If it seems like a last ditch effort, Raven, Beast Boy, and I will try and find Slade and get that detonator away from him.
Aye, Captain. Still
I
thinking
I say out loud. I wonder what would happen if I put the thing in an extra dimensional space.
Probably the same thing about teleporting it. But anyway, so you guys are heading there, right? And so you're all heading to the same location. Maybe some people are lagging a little further behind, but so Starfire with Cyborg, you will get there first. Yeah, you appear on the docks, and there's this warehouse. There are three large like lowering like metal doors, and they are lowered right now. There's also a string of windows above those three doors and like around on the other sides of the building, and probably like a small door on the back end to enter into as well.
Okay.
So you can enter forcefully or however you want to, pretty easily through any of those.
Well, I'm not wearing my boots of Elvenkind for nothing. Let's do this.
Okay. Do you want to
that plus and I cast invisibility on myself as well. So boots of Elvenkind mean I make 0 sound, and invisibility means I have 0 visibility.
Yes. So very good. So you disappear visually and auditorily. Yeah, so lifting up the you could lift up one of the metal doors and try to and slip under, or you could try to move up to one of the windows and like open one of the windows, or you could sneak around the back into maybe if there's a back door. What do you want to do?
Can I see through any of the windows?
Did you disclose this plan to me, or did you just vanish?
Yeah. You
I
communicating
probably
with
said
you.
I probably told him, all right, I'm gonna go silent and try and get in.
What is my part in this plan?
Back up. You wait here. The second I say go, you come busting in with trying to punch everything. That is
Busting
to say,
makes me feel good.
let me sneak in, and if I need someone to come punch something, I'll call you.
All right. So
All right.
He steps away, and I'm like, I feel like I've been typecast.
Look, you're a big bruiser. That's what your function is, lady.
We need a tank.
Yeah. You're a brick. Go wait to brick. So all right. So you move up.
I was gonna ask, can I see through any of the windows, or is it pretty?
So you'd have to scale a little ways up. You could make an athletics check to like scale up the wall and look into the windows.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Athletics is.
It won't be hard.
But yeah,
yeah.
Let's see. I got a 15.
Yeah, that's good enough. You like dig your fingers into the stone wall and like start climbing up, and you peek your head over your invisible head over, and you look into the area. Now do Forged have dark vision? Well, regardless, the moonlight streaming into, or like the morning light, like it's just barely starting to creep over the horizon, shines in, and you don't see anyone in the warehouse. Well, I
Okay.
mean, feel free to roll perception, but in the immediate area, you don't see the Cronton detonator or anyone in that immediate area, like
All
like
right.
in the footage.
I'm gonna roll for perception from peering in through the window.
All right.
That's not going to be high, but I've been rolling low. 16.
16. Okay. So, you look around and you do not see anyone in there.
All right. I use vortex warp to magically twist space around myself and teleport into an unoccupied space of my choice that I can
Yep.
see.
Right.
Wink.
So you
I
teleport
appear.
into the. All right, you're in
Yep.
there now, and you do not see anyone. Or there's
All
so
right.
it's empty. It's empty. You look around. There are basically these like girders and rafters, and they disappear into darkness. Do you have dark vision?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I which is surprising. I feel like I should, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Now you could. I think with your spell list, you might even have the spell to see dark vision, or you at least see invisible.
Well, not
See invisibility.
necessarily prepared though.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but I don't think naturally. I mean, let me look.
Just start casting firebolt on everything. But
um,
let's see. Oh, of course, I have radiant weapon. I could just boom turn on my radiant weapon if I need to.
what's the radius of light for them?
Okay, so radiant weapon, bright light for 30-foot radius, dim light for an additional 30.
Right. So you didn't see anything with the radiant weapon active. You look around. In that immediate area is empty, not like the scene you saw on the recording. So yeah.
No. Okay. I start opening doors.
All right. So if you walk to the front, you can lift up the metal grate door if you want to.
Right, that's what I'll do. And before I open any door, I extinguish my radiant weapon. Just to kind of anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I open it up so that Starfire can...
Cool. So you open up the door. So Starfire, the door opens.
Yeah, I'm
You
all
don't see
my
anyone.
hands and eyes are glowing green, and I'm ready to smite something.
Yeah. Okay. Are you still invisible, Cyborg?
I don't see why not. I don't think that counted as a spell, so.
All right.
Or using a weapon.
So the door opens, and about this time, everyone else like screeches to a halt outside of the warehouse together. You're all there now, and the door has just opened, with no one there.
I light up my radiant weapon again, and they just see this giant light in the darkness. Guys, I don't see anything.
We do not see you.
Yeah, that's because I'm invisible.
Oh.
It's a thing people get sometimes.
Did you find the detonator?
Not yet. Come on in. Let's find out.
Guys, be careful. He could probably know that we're here at this point.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't all be in one place in case this place blows up.
I mean, this is the location that we think the device is in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and do my darndest to search for it.
Yeah.
All right. Is everyone going in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you all move into the warehouse and look around. And as you're looking around, wondering where Slade could have gone, 3 Slade bots appear like real fast, like ninja speed, outside at the entrance, blocking off your exit. and then a bunch more leap forward from the shadows of the rafters and are standing on the girders all around. There's 16 in total, though. In terms of combat, you're going to be fighting basically a swarm, a squad. But yeah, so they are now here. Apparently, the group who's here to slow down your progress. So, yeah, go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. This is it. This is our dramatic final battle.
11 with a plus 10.
Poggers.
Starfire's roll is a 22.
Hey, 13. I'm still just a bright light.
3-hour Slade bot battle.
Yay!
Gosh.
I made them a squad to make it go faster. 16, though you're fighting them as a swarm. So the way to imagine this is that they're all around you in a spread out space, but you're doing it like action movie style. Like, you jump from one to one, hitting one and then destroying it and then hitting the next or whatever. So,
Okay.
this is action, like superhero action scene type scene.
Am I allowed to ask how many there are?
Yes. So technically there's 16. And so you can think of it as attacking individuals, but it'll probably break down more like attacking like multiple at a time.
Yeah.
Whatever ability or whatever. And because they're like a group, the group stat block can't be like made prone or whatever, because really you'd like make one person prone and then the other ones would run in. It's like a kung fu fight, really.
Right.
Like a kung fu movie.
Everybody is kung fu fighting here. Got it.
Yes. But you are first, Starfire, so you can go ahead and go if you'd like.
Before, just as the battle starts, can Robin make a quick formation call?
Sure.
Titans, star formation, which kind of means everybody back to back in the middle and let them come to us.
Cool. Yeah, back to back. Make a puckering starfish.
I like it because it's set to start. So yeah, in order to try and make as big of a dent as possible, I am going to do a fireball. So I'm going to sort of raise my hands in the air, channeling a green spirit bomb sort of orb, and I'm going to say, "We do not have time to waste with you," and then I will launch it as a level 4 spell. On a full hit, that's going to be 30 radiant damage.
Okay, they roll a 21. Does that beat your DC, or I don't think so?
23.
Cool. So they fail, so they take the full 30 radiant damage, to which they are not resistant. So basically, what you see with this is you lob this massive green ball of energy, and it explodes like a sunburst, and multiple of them just like explode or like get like, or one of theirs who like doesn't die, their arm gets like blown off, and so that's kind of how the scene kind of resolves, that the turn kind of resolves with that. So that's your action. Would you like to do anything else?
Because in this reality, we know that they're robots at this point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I accidentally used meta knowledge, and I think in the show they thought they were people at the early
No. That was only in the
That already
first encounter. You've already met Slade boss.
Oh, that was
before.
during masks. Okay, I remember
that was
wrong.
during
Okay,
masks.
yeah, that's going to be my only action.
Cool. All right, so
I'm
Cyborg,
keeping the
it's your
starfish.
turn. All right, cool. Maintaining the starfish.
Okay, let's just bash them with a shatter spell. I'm gonna run and try and get as many as I can in a 10-foot radius sphere.
Cool.
You hear? I'm gonna run forward or jump and probably just punch one, but it's gonna create a giant ringing noise that erupts and shatters everything around it.
Cool.
How many do I hit?
Well, don't ask questions in that way.
Okay.
Have them roll it was this a saving throw?
Yeah, it's a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Uh,
Yeah, and does that do special stuff like
If they
Krista
if
mentioned against
they are
monsters?
made out of metal, then they roll with disadvantage.
Awesome. Cool. All right, so a 7, so they definitely fail.
My save DC is 19 right now. Just
Yeah, okay.
So yeah.
I know.
All right, it's 11.
Oh, 11 damage. Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, they take the full damage. So you basically
Awesome.
you run up to one and you run up to some and their like ears and like some of their like appendages start like bursting and exploding. They seem more damaged from that.
Good.
All right. Robin, it is your turn.
Does it seem like the fireball and the shatter did just damage, or did it take out some of these?
Well,
robots
yeah.
from
So
me?
basically, it started like a few have been straight up taken out with the damage. So their numbers are lessening. When their collected hit points disappear, it means the last one has been destroyed. So basically, you could run around like you attacking this would look like you like running around and like leaping from person to person, attacking like really fast. You know.
Well, I'm more wondering if I just EMP blast everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna yell at Star, "Get Cyborg out of here!" And I activate EMP and I'm holding it till Cyborg's out of the way.
All right, so you're waiting.
Holding an action.
For Cyborg to get you're holding an action for Cyborg to be out. Now okay, so until then
bonus action dodge.
and bonus action dodge. Cool. So now it is their turn. All right, so we're going to split these up amongst everyone. I mean, so there's 5 of you total, so they all make basically collectively they make 5 attacks. So each of you is going to get 1. So so we'll just go down the order of people. Really. So Starfire, 1 jumps up at you. It rolls in 18 plus 8, so that will hit you. And you'll take 11 points of damage, but it will be halved because it's just bludgeoning. An 18 against Cyborg. Does that hit you?
An 18? You said an 18?
Yes.
That my AC is 18.
All right, so that hits you.
No. Okay. Wait. Am I still Yeah, I'm not invisible, am I? Okay. I used a spell.
Yeah, you used a spell since, so no. So that is going to be a 13 points of bludgeoning damage, but you are resistant to that.
Yeah, I am.
To regular bludgeoning, so it'll be half of that.
Yeah.
All right, and a 25 to hit Beast Boy.
Yeah, that hits.
8 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay.
1 just fucking punches you in the head. And finally, Raven, a 13, so that will not hit you actually. 1 tries to throw a kick at you, but you just kind of deflect it with your telekinesis. All right, so that is their turn. They all kind of rush, kind of move in and try to break apart your back-to-back star formation, but you guys fend them off. All right.
Did I miss if you swung at me?
I think I did. Wait, maybe I didn't. 1, 2, 3. Oh yes, no, yeah. There's there's another one that's also a 13, so it shouldn't hit you.
No.
All right, so yeah, maybe I skipped you, but it doesn't really
That's
matter.
because it didn't matter.
All right, so now it's Beast Boy's turn. You have these guys all around you. You just heard that command from Robin, basically to get Cyborg out, and then he's going to do something super special, awesome. So yeah, what would you like to do?
Well, he told me to get him out.
Yeah.
Specifically,
Yeah,
but
he
could
did
always take
tell
advantage.
Starfire to do it, but I'm just saying that's what you heard last, and then they attacked, and now it's your turn.
I'm just gonna turn into a bear and attack a robot, I guess.
Cool, awesome. Do bear damage.
Brown the bear.
Can't think of anything. Turn into a bear.
Oh, where
Fair.
is it? Rolling.
27 will
That
hit.
will
Yes.
hit. That is a 27 to bite. And I'm just gonna. Oh wait, it was 2 less than that, but that'll still hit, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, a nat 20. That was
Dog.
it's my multi-attack. I bite and I claw.
Cool.
They both hit.
Yeah.
That's 10 for the bite, and
All right.
that is 17.
Cool. You literally you shred and because of your subclass, you shred with no resistance through the metal. And then rip into another one and pull its throat out. It stumbles back. It's sparking. Yeah. So the group is being whittled down, consistently. All right, Raven, it is your turn.
I'm gonna pick up a robot or multiple robots, depending on if you let me, and throw it at other robots.
Okay, cool. One of those telekinesis arbitrations that a DM has to figure out.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm happy to do it. So basically, I think the last time when we had you throw a boulder, it was picking up. It was picking up the boulder and then it was an attack roll plus your ability score. So, now you're doing it against an active person, so they will get to resist. So they make a strength check against you. So you roll your a wisdom check. So that's gonna be a D20 plus your wisdom, and they're gonna roll a strength check to try to resist you.
25.
Okay. No, 21. So you grab one and then you fling it over into another one. So basically, yeah. So you quickly fling one of them into another one. Go ahead and roll. Roll. Well, I'm trying to remember what I did when I had you throw a boulder.
I don't know, it was too long ago.
But it was too long ago. So I'm just gonna say roll a D8 and add your wisdom modifier, which is 10.
Okay.
That sounds fair. Wow, and you maxed out. You got an 18. So you literally chuck one into another one, and that one, and they both explode.
Do they both take damage? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, as a group, the group takes damage, and the two basically.
Sweet.
Cool.
And
yeah.
Did I hear as a bonus action I can take a dodge? Is that a thing?
No, that's a monk thing.
Oh, okay. I don't know I don't think I'm gonna do anything with my bonus action. If not, I guess that's the end of my turn.
It is the thought that counts.
It is your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to yeet that boy. I'm gonna pick up the cyborg by the armpits, and I am going to dash action straight through the roof, high up into the sky.
Oh, you
Alright.
don't need a dash action.
Listen,
60
you
feet.
told me to get him out of here. I don't know the range of this thing. I
That's
do
fair.
not want my friend being hurt.
Get out of here! I don't know what that's from. It activated. Alright.
So we
So-
ascend to the heavens together.
You ascend to the heavens together, and that's your turn. And Cyborg, it is your turn, and you have been ascended to the heavens. You are far, far above the battlefield with Starfire.
Can I? Am I in range of shooting them?
We're at least 240 feet in the sky.
Yeah, I'm not. I have a 300-foot range with disadvantage. Sure, why not?
You can if you want to. You can blindly try to like, aye, and blast.
I pop off a few shots as we go flying away.
All right, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
All right. The first two are all right. This is for the first one. There, I'm there. So that's a 13. And the second one is a 22.
The 22 actually will hit.
Okay.
Which is stupid.
That is
yeah.
stupid. All right.
Yeah, what are you hitting him with?
My lightning launcher. All right, that's 15 points of damage. One of those is radiant, and
All right.
yes.
All right. So
And
the rest is
of it's lightning. The rest of it's lightning
Yes.
damage.
okay, and the lightning damage is doubled. So,
Sweet.
that is All right, so they look really damaged as you fire this crazy shot, and the lightning bolt flies down and travels through multiple of them that are standing near each other, and they're parts of them blow off and explode, and a couple die. And the swarm, there's only a few left at this point.
Well, as soon as he's out of range, I give it a quick toss into the air, and the EMP goes off.
All right, cool. All right, so this kind of all will probably happen kind of simultaneously then. The lightning starts traveling through people, and the EMP goes off. So do they have to make a save?
They have to make a Constitution saving throw of 25
Yes.
or become unconscious.
So no, they fail. So they all short out. The rest of them who are there and still operable all short out and collapse. All right, cool. You have defeated the squad of Slade robot boys.
That's
Good job, Robin!
Yeah, I go on my communicator. Thanks, Star. You can bring him back now.
I do a dolphin loop in the air out of joy because we won, and I toss Cyborg and I catch him and then I bring him back down.
We were victorious.
Yeah.
Star, don't do that! Don't do that! That's a bad idea!
Sorry, I thought it would be like a coaster of rollers.
All right, so
Well, we
you guys all
Can roll
get
some
back
other time.
back in the warehouse, the empty warehouse, or in front of the warehouse. Yeah. So what would you guys like to do now?
I guess we could. Oh, sorry. I guess it's our leader's decision.
Let's be careful, but spread out and try and find it.
All right. So are you guys looking around outside the warehouse or something?
Is the warehouse one big room? There's not any smaller rooms?
Yeah, it's just one big room, and then just right in front of it is the pier, and there are more warehouses around.
Okay, to be
and
clear, did Raven's clue lead us to this warehouse specifically?
Yes, Pier 41.
Okay, so and we came here and it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would want to do a quick check of the other warehouses nearby.
Okay. So you guys start looking around at the other warehouses and outside. And as you do, various of you looking in the windows and not seeing anything in those warehouses, or seeing like boats in there, or forklifts or whatever. you guys quickly notice that there's footsteps walking down towards the pier, and you turn and look, and you see there's this figure, humanoid looking figure, walking out from from off the pier, like down to the pier, and he looks around. He walks out from around a corner, like on the wall of the warehouse, and looks at you guys and seems to get startled. How do you react?
I think that sorry if I'm dominating here, but I think that I would get between, like, I think I would get in front of him, like, so he can't run away.
Okay. Did any of you like call out to him, or do you just like fly down him really fast?
I feel like getting behind him so he can't run away is a good option before we even he has a chance to react.
Yeah, you guys can come from the other side. We can sandwich him.
Yeah. I'm moving kind of like non-threateningly, but definitely like moving in to talk to him.
All right, so you start walking towards him, and the individual seems startled and kind of turns and starts to run. But as soon as he does, he just his face bounces off your chest, Starfire, because that is the height differential. Heyo.
Yeah,
and he's
and
like,
then I animate blood
and
that happens. Yeah.
yeah, and he like stumbles back, he stumbles back and kind of like falls on his rump, and it looks like this a human man, common looking man with brown hair, and he's wearing overalls, like jean overalls, and he looks like some sort of dock worker.
Are we gonna kill him?
No.
I apologize, human.
Don't kill me.
I help him up and I say, I apologize, human man dock worker. Did you see any suspicious robots here?
All I'm saying is we don't know he's not Slade.
I mean, the first time you met Slade, he was in a disguise.
Yeah.
He goes, what? He kind of looks around. He's like, I
We're
was
looking
just...
for a man in a mask.
What?
And robots.
He's like, I haven't seen any robots, and the only masked people I've seen are you. I was just heading here for my morning shift, and I heard some noises. Like big crashes and like explosions and like you noises.
Oh,
yeah, that was us. We have reason to believe that there's might be a villain working on these docks. Have you seen anything suspicious?
No, I'm sorry. I haven't.
It seems that the presence of this man is a red tuna.
What was in this warehouse? Do you know? Like, it's empty now, but was there something in it before?
He goes, I'm not sure. I mean, we put the boats in there, but the boats have all been out, or put in other warehouses. I don't know. I'd have to look at the manifest to see what was supposed to be in that warehouse.
Maybe he took it on a boat.
Oh my gosh! I hope this place number 14 isn't a red tuna.
Is there any way that when we fixed the thing, it said 14 instead of 41?
You're not sure. I mean, you don't think so?
Have we checked all of the warehouses here?
You've looked at multiple of them, like in the windows pretty quickly, and haven't seen anything. About this time, as you guys are wondering what to do, Starfire, you start to feel this tickling in your nose and your throat, and you just cannot help but let out You're about to let out a sneeze. Okay, so where you are in front of the man, yes?
No, I turn. I know this. I turn as far away from any living being as I can. I mean,
Okay. All right. I mean,
Destroys the dock.
all right. I mean, to be fair, you didn't in the show. You did Looney Tunes your friends in the show.
Okay. Well, this is the thing. I would argue that this Starfire is much more much more cautious than the one in the show at this point.
Oh my goodness.
Fair enough.
Sneeze into the sea.
You're like, yeah, you sneeze and let out this huge blast. So essentially, within the area, it's more localized than that spell. It's not the same radius, and it doesn't catch you in damage. But in like the 5-foot area in front of you, or 10 foot or whatever, you basically cast Fireball.
Oh no!
And there's this huge. The man like screams,
I said,
and he's like, "Oh, let me out of here!"
all right, there's one thing you're gonna need to do for us, sir. Do you have surveillance cameras?
He's like, "I don't know. I just work here." He starts crying.
Do
He's
you
like, "Get me away
have? Does your security company use surveillance cameras
I'm,
on
it's
these
not, I don't
docks?
know.
He's a civilian.
I don't work for the security company. I work for the docks.
Cyborg, quit interrogating the poor old man.
He's not old. He's like a young man.
Oh, he's done.
It's okay, kid. It's okay.
You're younger than me.
Hey, but my arm cannon's bigger than you.
I am running away if you will let me.
Cyborg, let him go.
All right, hey.
Runs away.
If you find security cameras, let us know. We gotta find the bad guy that's gonna destroy everything.
I'm already gone.
Starfire, what was the... I feel like you don't normally have that kind of reaction when you sneeze.
Yeah.
What's
So
going on with
Star,
Yeah, why'd my
you're
face
very
explode?
yeah, you're very aware, like this particular kind of reaction. If you had to bet, you think that this must be your allergy to metallic chromium.
Oh, good.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. It is my allergy to metallic chromium. That or naked mole rats.
Hey! He's a naked
I
mole
turned
rat.
into a naked mole rat, and I
I explode sneeze at you.
she's
All right.
a
So, basically, Cyborg, you will know that metallic chromium is a prime element in the core, to the core of a chronoton detonator.
Oh shit! Starfire's the bomb.
The bomb.
Thank you, Cyborg.
You're welcome. But that was a stupid thought. Point is, the bomb's got to be around here somewhere because you're reacting to chromium, and that's what would be in this bomb detonator thing.
Well, she sneezed on that guy.
No, I avoided sneezing on that guy. Actually,
Well, when he showed up.
I told you it was Slade! Get him! Get that fucker!
get that fucker, says Cyborg.
Oh! I start running to where the guy went.
So, well,
my
I told you, suckers! We should have shot him in the face!
So, while my teammates are being idiots, I'm gonna go back into the warehouse and try to see if I can find like a hidden door or like anywhere where it could have dropped down or something like that. And just
yeah, roll perception. I feel like I shouldn't have to ask Cyborg to make an intelligence check to come to a reasonable line of
Wait, that is a reasonable line of thinking. This guy just walked up on us and she started sneezing.
It's not the most absurd line of thinking. We don't know what Slade... No, think about it. We don't know what Slade looks like.
I mean, sure. Okay, Cyborg, are you chasing down that civilian?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, he's a normal guy with a 30-foot movement speed. So in a few rounds, if you're applying whatever bonus thing, then you will catch up to him.
All
You're
right,
gonna grab
I'm
him
running
again.
at 35
All right.
speed, so. Hey, I just need to talk to you a little bit more.
Ah, what do you want?
I need to pat you down. I'm looking.
What?
I need to make sure you don't have a bomb on you.
Quit touching this
I
guy.
mean, that's a little forward, man. But I'm sure. I guess
Hold on.
All right.
Need to see-
feels like unlawful seizure.
All right. But first, I'm gonna need to tie you up because I'm kind of afraid that you might be a bad guy.
Well, we're gonna get sued.
Cyborg,
He's like,
all we need to do is let Starfire sniff him.
Oh, can you say that in the speaker? Yes. I'm like, oh, dang, that's actually a really good idea. Hold on, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a really hot female search you.
He's like, okay. I mean,
What
I'm
the
still
hell?
uncomfortable with the idea of unlawful search and seizure, but and also she looks like a minor, even though she is very tall.
No, don't worry about it. She's only gonna be a minor for about 4 or 5 more years.
What the?
Jeez.
Okay, well, so are you smelling this man, Starfire?
I feel like I should say no. I feel like this is our team schism. No, yeah, sure. After some prompting, I uncomfortably, I think, sniff this dude.
All right, so you lean in and give him a few good sniffs, and he doesn't seem to activate your allergy.
Yeah. Okay. He is not a metallic chromium.
All right. Sorry, bro. We just wanted to
And-
make sure you weren't gonna explode or try to kill us.
Uh-huh.
I think you're good. Unless the whole world explodes. Then you're gonna die.
He just he looks like he actively starts sweating.
All right.
And
I think we need Cyborg
so-
to go to therapy or like public relations training.
yeah. So Raven, you don't find any secret trapdoors or anything. You see some scuff marks, some boot marks leading out and down the passage alongside the warehouse outside, kind of where you were. And when the team starts moving back in that direction, basically it becomes very clear very quickly that about when you start moving back in that direction, you're about at the same spot. Like you sneeze again, Starfire. Boom.
Do the scuff marks, they like just stop?
They kind of vaguely lead off in a certain direction, but eventually peter out.
I'm
But if you keep
gonna go after. I'm just gonna follow them, and if
Right.
my team doesn't follow me, I am literally gonna lift them with telekinesis and drag them with me.
Very good.
Now that
so
we
you
know
guys,
that guy's not the bomb, we're gonna follow
Uh-huh.
her. I'm gonna follow her.
But
Right, so you
there's
guys are going?
real fast.
Yes.
So it's around that one spot that Starfire is sneezing.
Yes, and so far you guys haven't moved any further in that direction yet.
Okay.
I do not think it would be enjoyable, but I feel as though I should suggest using my nose as some sort of blood dog.
Are you saying that standing in place, or are you following after Raven?
Yeah, I'll follow. I guess I'll follow after Raven.
You know,
Okay,
follow
good.
back
Because anyone
down.
that doesn't follow me is getting lifted up and dragged along.
All right, so you guys, in various ways of your own will or not, are moving in this direction. And as you move in this direction, about every 60 feet that you guys move in a direction, Starfire, you sneeze.
Phew.
And so using this method, you guys can effectively begin to follow a trail.
And I clear out my ding dang sinuses
Yeah.
with star bolts
Yeah.
going all the way up my like nostrils from my lungs. Gotta be comfortable.
Starfire, I feel like we could turn you into an energy producing machine. You could we could milk that for money.
I do not want that, and I do not wish to be milked.
I knew you were going to say that. And I'm so happy you did. Yeah, so basically, following this path, you guys will follow Starfire until you eventually make your way into a sewer system. And after some time moving down the sewer system, and your guys are not going stealthily because every 60 feet you explode. So you're moving down, you're moving through this area. Yeah, now you're in the sewers. I mean, how do you guys feel about that?
It stinks.
I turn off my olfactory senses.
I'm floating over all the filth.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, does Beast Boy become a swamp gator?
Yes.
Yay.
Cool.
I'll
Can
carry Robin to keep his shoes from getting dirty.
Can I
Princess
ride
Carrie
the
Robin.
swamp
Appreciate it.
gator?
Okay, so you are carrying Robin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm dodging the fireballs as they come out.
Yeah, that's a little.
No, I won't carry him. That doesn't make sense.
I'm using my evasion tactics.
Yeah.
Just put him on your back.
No, I don't think I would carry Robin if I was spitting explosions every couple of minutes. So.
That's fair.
Can I ride the swamp gator?
Sure.
Yay! I ride the swamp gator, arm cannon at the ready, and if we need light, I'm lighting it up.
All right. So at a certain point, as you guys are moving through the tunnel, suddenly you guys spot ahead of you in the middle of the area, because the water is deep enough. You guys see a speedboat over there, and there's a figure on it, and it turns and it sees you as you approach, because you guys are big exploding people and you have light sources and all that. So it turns and sees you, and you guys recognize one of the Slade bots. It runs over and the boat, it runs over to the front, and the boat and just rips off, tearing down the tunnel. Oh yes. Also, it's very clear that you see on the back of the boat is the chronoton detonator. But it immediately starts, it rips off and moves it's moving 200 feet around or something.
Can I try to grab the end of the boat with telekinesis to stop it?
Okay, so
how far away is the boat?
Okay, I'm about to get to that.
Right, go ahead.
It rips off and it's moving at a very high speed before you guys even really have the opportunity to begin pursuit. But you will begin pursuit. However, what happens immediately as it starts to pull away and you start to run is this wall on the side of the sewer bursts open, and this reddish figure flows out and is going to try to grab Robin.
Wait, what?
And no, it is not the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
I was like, why is the Kool-Aid Man attacking me all of a sudden?
That would be because you killed, in air quote, Cinderblock, so it's someone else.
Oh.
Okay, so
but we didn't kill Cinderblock. He's alive.
I know, but you don't know where he is. He's
in critical condition.
Yeah. All right, let me get this.
He's at the ICU.
This thing is going to try to make some attacks against you to try to grab you.
Grab me.
Grab you. He's just trying to grab you.
Got a bad case of the grab hands.
Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Okay, he gets 2 attacks. Does a 33 hit you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so the wall busts down and this reddish gelatinous figure bursts forward and is like, "Bleh," and it stretches out a pseudopod and grabs you, Robin, and pulls you into this side room. There's basically like a weak or a false wall, and you are now kind of in this room full of pillars off of the main um off of the main sewer tunnel. Now you immediately understand that if the team helps you with this engagement, that the speedboat might get away. That is probably just, what is the first thought in your mind. Now feel free to react, or to use that
Does
knowledge.
this guy look like anybody familiar that I've
You
seen before in like looking at
Mhm.
villains and
You've never seen this figure before, but as your mind races to and makes connections rapidly, you think about villain profiles and what Slade would possibly have at his disposal, and you remember the person who he did end up kidnapping from the prison. This must be Plasmus.
I just yell back at the team, "Don't let that boat get away. I can handle this."
I yell, "All right, I'm gonna stay here and try and get to him because I can't move that fast. You guys go after the boat."
Well, roll intelligence for
Okay.
me.
All right.
Yeah, you're the one who we expected to deactivate the bomb.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
right.
that's what I'm saying, and you would understand that.
Yeah, you're right. Somebody says
So-
that, I'm like, crap. Okay. Raven, you help Robin because you're most likely to be able to get to him. The rest of us, let's go.
All right. Now this is an interesting moment about leadership because Robin did give like, guys, the
Explicit
boat's gonna get
orders.
away.
Yes.
Are you yeah, there's conflicting orders. So Robin, are you okay with that?
No.
Okay, so
To be honest, I
yeah,
yell back, "If that bomb goes off, we need Raven to teleport it. Last second, I can handle this. Go."
Okay, let's go.
I do think that moment would occur though because of the fact that he's kind of sort of lost his standing as leader in some ways.
Yes,
yeah.
It's a very fair point. I was thinking the same thing.
I look once more. I'm like, Beast Boy. Do we need
Here,
you
Robin,
too?
Go.
I mean, I am a gator.
All right.
The boat.
And I do the Henry Cavill reload of the arms, getting ready to fight.
Yeah, because
all right.
I think that if you guys hadn't had that conversation, I would have gone after him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am going to dash after the boat, and I'm very curious how and if it can get away from me.
Right.
Obviously, somebody has
to
take me.
Yeah. So who is trying to carry Cyborg along with him?
Wasn't he on my back as a giant gator?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was, but it becomes immediately apparent that the gator is not fast enough to keep up with this boat.
Swim speed 50 feet? No?
Nope.
Speedboat.
Nope.
Got it.
Can I even keep up with that boat?
You'll be trailing behind, but like the group as a group will be able to keep up.
Boat.
Essentially, I will let you know that what happened in the episode is that Starfire had Cyborg. He was like carrying him, like carrying like her hands under his arms.
Yeah.
And Cyborg shot lasers at the boat, and everyone else was basically ineffectual and weren't able to reach the boat.
I think.
So-
Okay. Well, how about this?
Okay.
I'm going to hold up.
Go ahead.
I'm going to, and sorry about this, Beast Boy. I'm going to pick up Cyborg with my arms, and I'm going to put Raven on my back, and I'm going to zoom after this fucker.
Before you put me on your back, can I Misty step onto the boat since I can see it?
I mean, it's already out of the range of 30 feet. I mean,
Oh, wait, that's right.
you-
Misty
you
steps
could-
30 feet. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
teleport, aren't I?
now, teleport is whatever, but spatial appearances around the device could be finicky.
Okay, I'll let Starfire take me then in that
Yeah.
case. I just wanted to
Sorry,
make sure
Beast Boy, I
that
took the two
that wasn't
shooters.
an option first.
Yeah.
I cast Longstrider on Starfire.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So,
How fast is
Yeah,
this goddamn boat?
That adds.
okay.
That adds.
We're
10.
gonna get to that. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, 10. Oh, yay! Another 10 feet.
Hey, 20, 20 if she's dashing.
Right. All right. So we're gonna get to the breakdown of the boat versus your guys' speed, in a bit. But basically, the scene. What I need to know is if anyone is staying behind with Robin, and if not, like who's chasing the boat. Because this is where we're gonna do our next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like as far as things go for me. Like I said, I would have gone after Robin if Cyborg didn't try to stay and Robin didn't try to stop him, and that already happened.
Yeah.
But I think my mentality is I want to catch the boat as fast as fucking possible so that I can get back to Robin.
Right. And as far as I understand, that at least that verbal exchange did sort of happen, but it went back. And so that will probably add even more distance on the boat.
Yeah.
I think as soon as Cyborg is grabbed off my back, I kind of look back to where Robin is, and I honestly don't think I'm very much used chasing the boat.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
I think we turn back around and I go to help Robin.
Beast Boy's the only one that doesn't
Okay.
have to go. The other three of us are crucial to the plan.
I'm like, I don't know anything about that machine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be much help. I turn back around.
Okay.
And I have
All right.
both of the others on my body and am carrying them as fast as possible.
Okay. Cool. And so that is where we will leave off this time on Teen Titans Roll.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow.
Apprentice Part 1, Part 1.
We
Indeed.
beat up a bunch of robots. The end.
I mean, honestly, very similar to the beginning of Mass.
Right, we beat up a bunch of robots and a middle class worker. The end.
Yeah, poor guy.
Cyborg.
I am so impressed by the fact that even though Ryan's version of Robin was in a much like calmer mental state than this episode's version of Robin, who fucking went aggro on this on that dock worker, that still the dock worker managed to be traumatized anyway because Johnny's version of Cyborg is a fucking psychopath.
You haven't seen nothing yet. Wait till I start really wrapping my head around this soul stuff.
Oh boy.
I know, and for listeners, like you need to understand this, that there is a very low % chance that Johnny's plan isn't to somehow become a lich by the end of this.
Okay. This whole entire time, I have had a joke that I have been trying to find an opportunity to say, and it has not come up because it just felt insensitive. But
What?
I will say it now. Why did the assassin break his pocket watch? He was trying to kill
Why?
time.
He was trying to kill time.
Oh.
Yay.
Oh boy.